G'day football fans and welcome to episode 11 of our Wolves career mode here on Dylan on the Ball. My name's Dylan and today we're going to be taking on Leeds United, the brilliance of the maverick, enigmatic Marcelo Bielsa. He has just been replaced by Jesse Marsch in real life, but as this season was started before that happened, we will today be playing the always exciting, always interesting, always goals galore Leeds United under Marcelo Bielsa. Before today's game, we have two games to catch you up on, one in the league, one in the quarter-final stage of the FA Cup. First off, it was Crystal Palace in the league, where Daniel Podence had himself an absolute game. He got put through here, played it along to Raul Jimenez. Defence had not quite kept up with him. Raul Jimenez made a bit of a meal of it, almost doing a Javier Hernandez kick it into your own head. But it worked. That same combination then paid dividends. It was Jimenez this time, one touch on the turn, playing through Daniel Podence, who laid it in down the side of Gallarta for 2-0. Then, as the game was winding down, Crystal Palace were pushing forward. We won the ball fairly high up, gave one pass into Fabio Silva, who then on the turn played in Pedro Neto, who had run on the inside of the left back there. We found a lot of spaces there between the because they're playing three at the back with the wing backs. We found a lot of space with our wingers between those two. We then got a fourth. We tried to get a first Wolves goal for youth product Aidan O'Neill there. I wasn't too confident in his finishing, so I tried to lift it over the keeper. Didn't quite work out, but it did then fall into place for Daniel Podence to grab his second of the game. So 2 goals and an assist for Podence in a 4-0 win over Crystal Palace. We then visited Norwich in the FA Cup. Early on here, it was Hwang being played in on the left-hand side, cutting it inside of his man after drawing him in, finding a bit of room, firing it into the side netting. A little bit of a touch from Angus Gunn's wrist area, I guess, but he couldn't quite do enough. Raul Jimenez then got on the score sheet. It was 2-0, a little lofted ball over to the far post where Raul Jimenez has made his way, and there was no one there with him, and nothing Angus Gunn could do this time again, as the ball is fired past him there. Lots of high fives, lots of germ spreading. They then got a goal back. It was Timu Puki. They ran it down to the line, cut it back, that same old move that we seem to not be able to defend. And as you can see here, the marking was just awful. The pass couldn't have been more obvious. Not quite sure why Jose Sarr dived forward, but I'm not sure he was saving that one anyway. That was 2-1. Then Hwang went bang to make it 3-1. He got his second goal. A good cut on the inside there past the midfielder who couldn't quite adjust. And a bit of a rocket. His foot did sort of go through the ball there, but I think that's not my fault and I'll take that. And of course, congratulations to the Hwang family, I guess. 3-1 was then 4-1. It was Raul Jimenez played down by Ruben Neves. Just nice little ball down the side. Not quite sure what the marking was doing. They could not keep up with him though. And a weird blind finish. Fired with his left foot down into the side netting past Angus Gunn again. We then got another one. It was a hat-trick for Raul Jimenez. This time it was Leander Dendoncker bringing the ball through midfield as Norwich had pressed forward. The marking then was again a little bit lacking, as Raul Jimenez grabbed himself a lovely FA Cup quarter-final hat-trick, surely sending us to Wembley. With the clock winding down, they got another one back. It was, to be fair to them, fairly beautiful little passing move there between, I think it was Adam Ida who got the goal and maybe Josh Sargent. It was probably Adeyemi, knowing them. Adam Ida there firing one in, again a bit of an odd dive from Jose Sarr, but as the game would finish 5-2, we've got a trip to Wembley and an FA Cup semi-final ahead. So the win against Crystal Palace did put us up into 6th position. We are still 2 games behind both Leicester and Arsenal. If we win both of those on them, we can be up in 4th and 2 points clear. I'm not entirely sure where we got back up into that, but we'll absolutely take that. What a season that would be if we could finish top 4 and then have a trip to Wembley to face the European and Club World Cup champions, Chelsea. Hopefully a good match to come there, and a classic FA Cup run for our Wolves. So turning focus back to the league, we are today against Leeds United, who could really do with 3 points. They are just the 4 points clear of the drop zone at the minute, so hopefully that bodes well for us in our chase for Europe. But we also know that they'll be pretty desperate to catch up. So the lineup for hosting Bielsa's Leeds side will be Jose Sarr, Nelson Semedo, Cody, Kilman and Marcelo. Midfield of Dendoncker, Moutinho and Neves, with a front line of Pedro Neto, Yusuf Poulsen and Daniel Podence. As for Leeds, I'm sure there must be something wrong with what we're looking at, because for some reason Forshaw is on the wing. I think that's Daniel James is in midfield, and Jeff Renee Adelaide has signed for Leeds. And I'm sure that must be a different Hernandez, not Pablo. So I think he might just about be in a wheelchair at this point, if that was him. But a strong side as far as Leeds are concerned, a strong side as far as we're concerned, and it should be a good game here with the free-flowing football both sides like to play. Players walking out onto an atmospheric and fortress-like Molineux Stadium here. I will just remind you to please leave a like on the video, comment down below what you're thinking of the series. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please do subscribe and make sure to follow us on the socials. They are down in the description. We've also added a TikTok to that now. We're very millennial. We're very, moving with the times. I know I did speak sort of negatively about the decision of theirs to put Daniel James in midfield. Oh, we've got Podence in the... How is Daniel Podence won a header in their box about 5 yards out? I don't care. It's 1-0. I was just trying to set up the game, and we grabbed one early. Daniel Podence continuing his form from the Crystal Palace game. It was a sort of reverse of what you'd want the situation to be, with Yusuf Poulsen running out wide and crossing a ball in towards Daniel Podence, who just before Stuart Dallas gets there, gets his head to the ball, fires it past Meslier, who from that distance can't do much. You might say something about him, maybe should have come for the ball for the cross, but maybe with the pace on the ball, there was not too much of a chance there anyway. I was just trying to say, or before I unfortunately took the lead, I was just saying that I know I spoke negatively about Daniel James playing midfield, but maybe it's not a bad tactic. Like with the older legs of Moutinho, who's breaking into the box. Oh, good save by Meslier. With his older legs, Daniel James in midfield might make a bit of a difference. As Moutinho almost did there. Yeah, a good save there from Illan Meslier. But a very, very positive start here. Hopefully we can carry on this way. Dendoncker on the edge of the box with a hit off the post. Oh dear. And now they'll have a chance to break it away. This time with Rodrigo. Oh, well won there by Nelson Semedo. Very important win, that one. Could have been away. Oh, the pass has gone to the wrong man. If that goes to Moutinho, he's in. Oh, how is it not 2-0? Pedro Neto, the cross was just too far away for Llorente to get to. Unfortunately, it is Pedro Neto, not Daniel Podence or Jimenez on the end of the cross. And the header goes straight at the keeper. Swinging the corner and hopefully continue our dominance of this game. Oh, and it's Yusuf Poulsen with a chance. Just like we... in many games before. I think he's got 3 or 4 goals from corners this season. Can't get his head over that one and keep it down. I know Andre Gomez and Forshaw aren't the most athletically gifted, but the rest of their players, with Rodrigo, whoever Hernandez seems to be, and Daniel James, they are going to worry us a bit, I think. I just think with what we've struggled with, we'll hope for a run here from Daniel Podence and slot him through and chip that and make it 2-0. Daniel Podence, 4 goals in his last 2 appearances. That is ridiculous. You could see the space was there when he dropped short and dropped short for get it, and then could see the run coming through there as Yusuf Poulsen brought the ball forward there, played in a good pass in front of Daniel Podence, who lifted it up over Ilan Meslier for 2-0, and a very, very good start to this one. We'll have to be wary though. I mean, again, we've said that a number of times. Kept them at bay well, but we've given away a corner here, which will hopefully clear. Yes, Semedo gets that one. I don't want to jinx it, but we seem to have scored. Oh god, he's through here, isn't he? Yep, it's 2-1. I was going to say we haven't conceded from corners, though we've scored a fair few. But where we have conceded a lot is just players running with the ball. We just cannot stay in front of people. This time it was Connor Cody not reading the little drag back there from Rodrigo, who, once he's done that, is into the box, is in a lot of space, and can find the bottom corner, firing it across Jose Sarr for 2-1. Rene Adelaide seems like a bit of a weird signing, but I've got to tell you, so far, he's having quite a game. He had a little bit of a dribble there, out from centre back, basically, that was just like perfect for what Leeds needed in that situation. And I guess with the way that they're playing under Bielsa, the Bielsa ball, he might be... I know Calvin Phillips had a great year last year before he's been injured most of this, but he might just be the perfect Bielsa ball defensive mid as he brings the ball forward there. And this is the danger zone where they're dribbling it. Well done that time by Nelson Semedo. That is the danger zone. Well, one of the danger zones. If that had been the header to beat us, like for the first time from a corner, I think I would have quit. Is that still a feature in FIFA? Can I still ask for a new job? I mean, move to a new club? Or is that only at the end of the season I could do that? Doesn't matter. Yusuf Poulsen's through Sin. No. I don't know why I said Sin there. I think that's probably what went wrong there, was that I said Poulsen went through Sin. That wasn't an attempt at a joke. Just something bordering on... Ooh, not sure what's happened there. Something bordering on dyslexia or something, I'm not sure. Getting close to halftime, where hopefully we have one more opportunity here. Oh, a header, off the bar. Can Poulsen win that one? No, it's a corner. I'm not sure how Pedro Neto won that header. It was a bit of a different sort of move, not one we're, I guess, familiar with. We're usually more trying to get to the byline. This time we cut back and crossed it in. Pedro Neto won the first header and hit the bar. Can Kilman win? No, that'll be halftime surely. Yeah. Alright, up at the break. We're playing well. I think we're just still... I'm definitely still worried with how well they are doing going forward, and how poor we have been all season defensively. Definitely had the better of the opportunities as a whole in terms of shots anyway. And maybe should have got something more for that half, or for that display going forward. But we have the lead, and we have the players to be able to continue to create. Hopefully we can do so. Are they winning the corner battle? They might be winning the corner battle. They're just yet to do anything with it, really. Although this might be it. No. Oh! Yeah. It's come back to haunt us. I was very much lucky and grateful in the first half for Daniel Podence to be able to win a header in the box. This time he's not been able to win it. The second header there over the far post. Daniel Podence can't do enough. Jose Sarr gets a touch on the ball. Can't do enough to keep it out, and it is now 2-2. Surely a foul there with his elbow going into Podence's head, but not in FIFA apparently. As there goes the 2-goal lead that we once had. As that was Hernandez's first goal in 12 games, that seems to be an absolute theme with us. Players find their goal shooting or scoring boots against us. Oh, we've managed to get the lead. It's not the most pretty of prettier goals. It's not the beautiful sort of long-range smashes that you associate with Ruben Neves. He tried to go for one, then got a fortunate bounce. Then from about 6 yards out, there's not much else he could do but score. Looked like a bit of a scuffed finish, but up 3-2 now. We will take that. And this is turning into another one of those classic Dylan on the ball games where it's just end-to-end stuff, both teams firing away. And I guess it's sort of exactly what you'd expect from a Bielsa Leeds team. And that's not a criticism. Oh, good save this time by Jose Sarr. We'll put on some fresh legs there. That is the youth star, Hayden O'Neill. He's 70, I think he's 71 overall at 17 years old. Oh, just sort of aimlessly cleared that one there, haven't we? Oh, that's a card, surely. It was a... Oh, he's got away with it. It's not a yellow card. There was a loose touch from Stuart Dallas, I think it is. Thought I could win it, so we've gone in hard. And thought we could get there, but didn't. For some reason, Rodrigo, who's quite good in the air, taking the free kick there. But we won't complain, as we can now bring this one away. And play through Daniel Podence on a hat-trick, if you remember correctly. Who gets it to Dendoncker, to Aiden O'Neill. Oh, I'm just praying for an Aiden O'Neill goal at this point. And he's got another chance. And he does. He gets it. He's either English or Northern Irish, I'm not sure. But what he is a youth product from the Wolves Academy. He's got himself his first goal for the club. Not our most beautiful goal. Somehow won the ball there with Daniel Podence and then fired it across Melier. A good, strong finish. Underneath a hurdling Yusuf Poulsen. For our first goal with a youth product from the academy we set up at the beginning of the series. You love to see it. We've got a 2-goal lead again here, but last time we... Oh! We could be in again. Last time we had a 2-goal lead, we threw it away. This time with a 2-goal lead, we've made it 3. It's Ruben Neves. It's just that same old FIFA story of it gets towards the end of the game. If you're winning, they start to press forward, and then there's all this room in behind. For some reason, Pedro Neto really didn't want us to pass it across to him, so he ran offside the whole time. Didn't matter though, as Ruben Neves with... Oh, just unlucky Melier there getting a touch to it. Ruben Neves grabbing himself another goal. Is that 2 today or 3 today? Hopefully now with a 3-goal lead. And, as we've given it away in a good area to them. But won it back there well through Dendoncker, who can then turn and run. And now playing Poulsen. Now this is getting a bit silly, as we'll play Dendoncker in again. Oh, but well defended that time by Stuart Dallas, who probably read that we were going to try to either just straight away shoot or give it across to Pedro Neto, which is what we did go with, but he defended that one well and got there. If Rafinha's fit, why was he on the bench? Goodness me. But this is that sort of ridiculous moment in FIFA where they do now just push everyone forward when they try to win the ball, and whenever we win it, situations like this are happening, where now it's Pedro Neto just keeping the ball in and sprinting through. Oh, they've just about pushed bloody Yusuf Poulsen over there, but it's okay because he's got back up. He's passed it. No. He passed it across to Pedro Neto, who tried to fire one into the side netting, past Meslier, who stood tall and made a good save there. About 6 minutes to go. I'm not sure if they can get 3 past us from here, but they might be able to grab probably still 1 or 2. We might be able to play Podence. I think he's still on a hat-trick, isn't he? Oh, he hasn't got it. How is he not? Did that go through the net? That looked, from where I'm sitting anyway, that looked good as goal. Not quite. Just a couple of minutes to go. 3 goals ahead. Surely, surely, surely. 3 points in our bag. Semedo very lucky to escape a card today, I reckon. Between that big tackle that we saw earlier and that one now. Lucky boy. Oop, I didn't even see that bloke coming. Oh, as we've just a terrible sequence of football, that wasn't it? Oh, a good move there from Rodrigo, which has resulted in a good headed opportunity, but a save for Jose Sarr, and that should be game, and it is. It's 3 more points for the Wolves. Starting off the scoring early on here was Daniel Podence with a surely very rare headed goal. About 6 yards out, a great whipped cross on the move by Yusuf Poulsen, right onto the noggin of Daniel Podence for 1-0. About, I think that was 3 minutes in, was it? 20 minutes in, the good hard running there by Daniel Podence. That same combination again, another assist for Poulsen as he plays in Daniel Podence for a beautiful little dinked finish up over Meslier, who had started to come down to try and smother that finish, but couldn't get there, and it was 2-0. Not too long after that, it was Rodrigo with a good little turn past Connor Cody there, then a good strong finish into the bottom corner past Jose Sarr. Not much Sarr could have done. Yes, Cody could have done better, but at the same time it was just some beautiful fast feet from Rodrigo and a good finish for 2-1. They pulled level through a header by Hernandez. It was headed back across from the corner. I'm not going to count that as our first conceded from a corner because they should have scored the first header maybe if they wanted it to count as that. Also, if you look at that, that's surely a foul with keeping his arm up over Podence's head. Not clean. Not happy with losing a 2-goal lead. Ruben Neves then made it 3-2. Very fortunately, deflection came back into him and bounced forward into his path beyond Llorente, leaving him one-on-one with Meslier for a 3-2 lead. Not the most convincing of finishes, but end of the day, they all count. As did this from Aidan O'Neill, our starlet, the apple of our eye, Aidan O'Neill. Won sort of bulldogishly, I guess, by Daniel Podence, cut back around the penalty spot, being closed down, but not quite quick enough as Aidan O'Neill gets his first professional goal. But then we were surely out of sight, but just to put the cherry on top of the icing on the cake, Ruben Neves gets played through as Leeds were pressing bodies forward. Nice side foot finish across the keeper. Meslier gets a touch to the ball, maybe just a fingernail to the ball, and deflects it into the post, but can't keep it out. 5-2. So a 5-2 win against struggling Leeds side puts us in 6th position on 52 points, 2 games in hand on Leicester and Arsenal. who between them are just the 4 points ahead of us. If we were to win both of those, we go up to 58, which does put us ahead of Chelsea technically, but they would have a game in hand, would be playing one, I guess, in that time, so could pull ahead of us, or further ahead. Next video you will see the FA Cup semi-final, a trip to Wembley for our Wolves against the European and the Club World Cup champions in Chelsea. There are about 4 or 5 league games to play between then, so the start of the video will be probably some quick fire highlights just to make sure the video isn't too long, but hopefully in those 5 games, which does include a game against Manchester City, we will have either kept our challenge alive or really put ourselves in the best position possible to take a European place out of this season with just the 10 games to play for us at this point. It's a very successful season, I'd say, at this stage. We didn't make too many changes to the squad, didn't really add any marquee signings, but we have really made a difference to the position of Wolves from last year, and hopefully next year with whatever money we can bring from this season, we can improve the squad even further, hopefully with some of those targets we've talked about, like a John McGinn, a Salisu, Noni from PSV. But that's where we will leave it, and until next time when we go again at Wembley, peace.